Hey guys, Kevin Kreider with Pursue. What I want to share with you in this next video is some tips on how to get a bigger chest and also some of the mistakes that you want to avoid that could hinder you and just slow down the growth of your chest development as well. The first thing I want to share with you is that a lot of people will ignore the upper chest. They'll ignore the clavicular pectoralis, which is right here in the muscle, and what a lot of people end up doing is they won't do any type of incline movements. They'll just do the flat bench because that's what they think, and they'll do that last. They won't do it first. So I recommend you doing it first. And with the incline bench, a lot of times people go too high on the angle with the bench, and all that's going to do is emphasize way more on the front deltoid, much less on the clavicular pectoralis or the pec major, which is your overall chest as well. So it's just going to take away from that. You're not going to emphasize more of that. You might as well do a dumbbell military press while you're at it. So play with the angles. I recommend you playing with the angles, but don't go too low because then that's too much of a flat bench. Play with the angles in between that. So you'll hit all the angles and you'll definitely emphasize the overall chest development and get a bigger, fuller chest that way. You might be wondering why you have bigger shoulders. Well, maybe because the angle's too high. So the other tip I would give is to make sure your palms aren't pronated. I mean, I know when you're on a barbell, you're probably gonna have to do pronated, but especially if you're on dumbbells, just slight angle. So you can actually feel it this way when your arms are pronated, as opposed to this. You can feel less activation in the front deltoid. What that does, it emphasizes more of the chest area. You can do that on the incline and flat. And when I mean emphasize, I don't mean it's gonna isolate. And nothing is total isolation when you're doing a press movement. You're gonna still get some shoulder and still gonna get some tricep activation. All you're doing is trying to take less of that away and put it more emphasizing more on that chest area. That's all you're trying to do. The next mistake people do, like I said, arms are out too much like this, thinking it's going to get the upper chest more. No. Keep your arms down in an angle, 45-degree angle, but not too close, because then that's going to emphasize more on the inner chest and the triceps as well, mostly the triceps. So don't do that as well. That's another tip for you. The other thing that I would recommend doing too is doing more compounded exercises. So if you had a choice between dips or flies, I would choose dips over flies because you want that heavy compounded movement to contribute to your overall muscle growth. You don't want to do flies because a lot of people think you're chiseling your chest. Chiseling your chest is just getting a bigger, better chest that's developed and having a low body fat percentage. That will get you more definition and striations into your chest, not doing 100 of these or 50 of these cable flies that just really get a nice little pump. I mean, for vanity's sake, yeah, sure, it looks great, but if you want overall muscle development, I would skip those and maybe do some squeeze presses instead, because that'll get inner chest and it's a really heavy compound movement. You can go heavy on that as well, and it's a compound movement. So I would switch over from the cable flies or any type of dumbbell fly into the squeeze presses instead. So I hope those tips really help you develop an overall great bulging chest that you want. And all of these workouts and the plan is for you in my workout programs, in my body designs. But you can take the free body designer. The link is below. It's a free survey you can take, and like I said, you have nothing to lose, and it'll take you to a perfect workout plan for you. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next week.